Keep your hands above your head.
Don't move.
What's going on?
Oh my God. Status medical emergent. The suspect was in the vehicle that was hit by the train.
Welcome back to another dissection of what I call extremely shocking, negligent video. By that I mean, let me try to clarify that. So we have a video today, folks, that just highlights the actions that officers took specifically, that establishes complete and a prime example of what negligence is. We're gonna do a full dissection. I have the esteemed pleasure to be sitting right across Attorney Daniel Rodriguez.
Hey guys, glad to be back. I'm looking forward to fully dissecting this particular case. Let's get started with this reaction.
First off, let's make sure that you guys understand this video involves a situation where officers tried engaging what we label as a felony stop, where they get down, they start making these lawful verbal commands, guns are out, emotions are high, and we see a situation that this happens right on or near a train track. This is where it starts getting very interesting, guys. Let's take a close look.
Driver, let me see your hand.
Put both hands out the window. Both hands out.
Dispatch Lieutenant 346, we're getting commands. Her hands are out the window at this time.
Open your door. With your right hand, open your door. Come on out.
Yeah.
So in this particular case, it's alleged that the defendant had a weapon, and the allegations here are road rage. So here in the state of Texas, we don't really have a statute for road rage. An incident such as this would probably be classified as an assault with a deadly weapon, which is classified as a felony 2, which has a range of punishment of up to 2 to 20 years and or a $10,000 fine.
Now by that, folks, we see it very clear that these officers, guns are drawn, they're providing lawful verbal commands because they're under this impression that potentially there was a weapon involved, right? As Daniel stated, this may be a situation where it's now aggravated assault. So they believe, wait a second, either our lives are in danger, maybe the community's lives are in danger. Let's make sure that we take initiatives to try and protect and serve, which is really the sole duty here of an officer. This is the reason why they're engaging in this type of felony stop. Let's continue looking.
Dispatch Lieutenant 346, she's out of the vehicle, hands are visible.
Want to go to this side?
Yeah.
Vasquez. Hey.
Lift your hands up. Lift your hands up. Okay? Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Put your hands up higher. I want you to set your phone down at the edge of your truck. You don't need it. Keep your hands up. Keep coming back. Keep coming back to the sound of my voice. Keep coming back. Keep coming back.
So as you can see right here, the officers are doing pretty much everything that they're supposed to do. Like you had mentioned, this is a felony stop, so they want to make sure that they're safe. So I'm not seeing any particular issues here with the way that they're conducting this arrest, except the fact that they seem to have stopped right on top of the railroad track. Now, of course, the defendant in this particular case did the right thing, and she parked ahead of it, not on top, but you see the officers here, they clearly stopped on top of that track.
Now, you would figure, well, wait a second, maybe circumstances called for this situation since it is technically a felony stop. But I don't see any other vehicles around this. I don't see any type of traffic that potentially will then cause this officer to say, well, wait a second, I need to make the exact decision, conscious decision, to stop right on these train tracks. That's the first mistake, in my opinion. Let's continue watching. Coming back, keep coming back. Stop right there. Get down on one knee and then the other.
I got cuffs.
Go ahead.
Good?
Keep your hands above your head.
Don't move.
What's going on? Why am I here?
And even if we were to give the police officers here the benefit of the doubt when they stopped and it did this initial stop, by the time that they actually get the defendant here to come back, they make her lie down on top of the railroad tracks. So they clearly know where they're at the moment.
Now, once again, guys, we're looking at it from a perspective of lawyers as to how potentially we can establish Either one, an adequate defense, or second, if we are prosecuting on the plaintiff's side, meaning we're trying to establish that these officers acted negligently, I'm going to point out the fact that, hey, wait a second, you made the first mistake in parking this vehicle on the train tracks. Why then make the second mistake in getting this person who was already far from these train tracks to come back onto the actual train tracks itself to conduct your investigation? That's mistake number 2, guys.
And that's the other thing here as well, right? Which is there's an issue here with police training. Like, they're doing everything by the book, but they have no situational awareness whatsoever. So I know we're talking about this in hindsight. They say hindsight's 20/20, but you're a police officer. You're supposed to be held at a higher standard.
Let's continue watching.
We'll explain everything in a second. Can I get
Who
my
else is in
cell
the
phone,
truck?
please? No one else is in the truck, sir. Can I please get my cell phone?
We'll get it for you.
Don't worry
Stand
about
up.
yourself.
Please. Where are you taking me?
We're taking you to the car. Come on.
Why? What?
Do you have anything on you that's going to poke me, stick me, hurt me?
No, ma'am, but can I please get my cell phone?
We'll get your cell phone in a second. Is there any weapons in the car?
Ready?
No, ma'am, there's nothing on
There's
me.
no weapons in the car? Okay.
Everybody out in the car, come on.
What's going on? Ma'am, what's going on?
I'll tell you in a second. Take a seat.
I'm so confused. Can I get
Take a
my
seat.
cell phone?
I will get your cell phone for you. Take a seat.
I see a car seat. Clear. Okay, let's get the bed and across. Clear. Dispatch Lipton 348. Vehicle's clear. You can raise the channel.
It took her a long time to pull over.
I got a holster right here in the passenger seat.
It took her a very long time to pull over. I'm going.
Did you see her toss anything?
She could have because it took her a long time to pull over. She could have because
As you can see here, they are conducting a search incident to arrest, which is completely lawful. They're able to do this since they've already had the suspect in custody, and they're just trying to see if they can find that firearm just to ensure safety as well as to find evidence with regards to the alleged crime that had occurred.
Now, mind you guys, I did mention at the very beginning of this video, typically in felony stops, emotions are high. And this is the same way for officers, even though they actually are in fact trained to deal with high emotional circumstances. However, in this situation, I would have deemed it potentially not negligent if it were only one officer who had engaged in this felony stop. It's nighttime. They are under the discretion that there's potentially a weapon that this person may have been exhibiting or using. But I see the search, and not only do I see one officer, I see a second officer as well. So at that point, you not only have one officer who's acting negligent, but you also have a secondary officer who should have pointed out, hey, we should probably move this scene of investigation away from the train tracks. How about we do that? It didn't happen. Now, we no longer see the defendant here because typically when officers are already conducting what is called, as Daniel stated, an inventory search, this is after a lawful arrest, and they're inventorying the vehicle to determine, okay, what can we find? They typically place the suspect in their patrol cruiser, which, if you recall at the beginning of the video, this patrol cruiser parked directly on top of the train tracks. Now, at this, approximately about this second, you hear the first sign. You hear in the far distance the sound of a train honking its horn.
she could have because
That right there, wait a second, let me put two and two together. I'm on train tracks. I hear the sound of a train horn. It should have clicked. It should have had alarms going right off. Now, I'll let you know, my experience in dealing with train tracks, as you start getting close to that train track and there's a train that's coming, there's gonna be alarms, whistles, lights going off. Did it not click for these officers at all whatsoever? Let's continue watching.
when I was behind her, she was driving slow enough,
Yeah.
so she could have tossed something. But I literally
Tossed it out the window?
She could have out that window, but who is that car?
No, that's
Maybe a car.
contract. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did us medical emergent. The suspect was in the vehicle that was hit by the train.
I mean, this is ridiculous. We've heard the siren, well, at least the horn or whatever it's called. The lights must have been, going up and down. Everything's there. There's clearly negligence, recklessness maybe, This is just ridiculous.
Now, aside from it being extremely shocking, let's try to break this down in detail. If you think about it, if you have a suspect who's going to be placed in a patrol car, which is exactly the case here in this video, you typically put that suspect in handcuffs. So if we really dissect this, this is probably a situation where the person who was left inside the patrol car, who eventually got hit by this massive train, didn't get a chance to, let me open the door. Let me try and get out. Let me try and move to at least to the middle of the vehicle. None of that. She's in handcuffs and ultimately receives the severe impact here from this train, which we actually did some further research on because we wanted to discover, well, what happened specifically here to these, to this lady, to the suspect, to the officers, what played out. Now, well, from what we understand, this is a situation where the suspect, female suspect who was placed in handcuffs, unfortunately sustained severe injuries. And from what we understand, there was a total amount of 9 ribs that were fractured and a sternum fracture as well. Now, think of that situation, because from what I understand, when you break a rib, you can't really do much about it. They're not going to put you in a cast. They're not going to put you in anything else. They may put you in pain medication just to deal with that pain. But if you count out, and by the way, this is an exact human model skeleton, because we use this in trial. We're going to attempt to use this in trial coming up. This situation where if you count out how many ribs the human body has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From what we understand, she sustained 9 fractured ribs. That means the entire side of her body got fractured. Now, this is the sternum, folks. Imagine how painful a fracture here in the sternum is. Even breathing would be painful. This is the type of pain, suffering, and mental anguish that unfortunately this person had to undergo, sustain, because of the negligence of these officers. And by negligence, we broke it down. Negligence has 4 elements of law. There is what is called a standard duty of care. There is what is called a breach of that duty of care. Causation because of that breach. There was an incident, in this case, a severe incident, that then caused injuries, damages. Okay? Now, from what we understand as well in our research, a lawsuit was filed. They were seeking and demanding proper justice against these officers. Officers lost their jobs. Officers even got lawfully charged on the criminal side. Now, from what we understand as lawyers, Danny, what do you think these officers got charged with?
Well, if this were to be in the state of Texas, they would probably be charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, the deadly weapon being the freight train. The way that you can get charged with aggravated assault here in Texas is you could do it intentionally, but you can also do it recklessly. And in this particular case, I think there is no doubt whatsoever, I think from the public, what they're seeing as well from us, that clearly they knew this thing was coming and they chose not to do anything regardless. And so they could be potentially charged, if it were in the state of Texas, with assault, with a deadly, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which here would be a class 2 felony or felony 2, which could have a range of punishment of 2 to 20 and up to a $10,000 fine, which is the same thing, if you think about it, what they were trying to arrest this suspect for.
This is also a situation where you have officers who, they hear this train coming and they yell. One of them, you can hear it specifically on the video, "Move your car." Instead of taking diligent measures and figuring out, wait a second, we have a suspect in this patrol car. Let me run over, try to get this person outside. They didn't do a thing. They moved back and let things play out. This is the reason why they ultimately ended up losing their jobs. From what we gathered in our search, we discovered that this person ended up getting proper justice. She was compensated a total amount of $8.5 million from records that are available publicly. Now, this is a situation where I would certainly encourage any officers who are audience members or somehow this video gets sent over to you, do not ever park your car in train tracks. I mean, you should even, know this not being an officer. Just don't park your car on train tracks, folks. Get away from this.
And when you're gonna do something like that, just make sure that if you cause a situation where a person, a suspect, is now in danger due to your actions, then you have to do everything within your power to remedy that. In this particular case, you know, the suspect of this woman will be able to, one, have that amount of damages that she won, and maybe she'll seek justice in the criminal justice system over there in Colorado. And here in Texas, there are certain avenues that she could have taken. There's the 1953 claims, if I'm not mistaken, 1983 claims that she could utilize, as well as to sue those officers independently, as well as to sue the city to get those damages. And of course, you can always sue with regular negligence and torts claims.
Now, this case, this video itself highlights the proper need here that you do want to make sure that you get yourself educated as to what the law involves when it comes down to your rights, if you are in fact being investigated criminally, or what to go about in doing if the case is that you have been injured by the negligence of another. You want to have a professional that can guide you through this process. I, along my co-counsel here, Mr. David Rodriguez, look forward to dissecting the next one. Until next time, I would always encourage you guys, if you have a particular video that you want us to go ahead and look and dissect that, send that right along. Let us know in the comments section. As always, like and subscribe. See you in the next one, guys.